You are listening to the Ranges Podcast.
Get up at the sunrise.
Which was nice.
Real beautiful morning. Make
It
some
was.
coffee.
Make some beacon
coffee
from
Yep.
Bozeman, Montana. We
Right.
took along to
Right.
for that express purpose.
Right. Made some coffee, sat on the beach, and drank some coffee. That was a nice moment.
It was nice.
It was a good moment of putting everything in perspective after the amount of work to get there. And then you get there, and it's like, all right.
Yeah.
And actually a
here
few
and-
hours to not be in a rush.
Right. Or so we thought.
Or so we thought. So we
Day
should have
2
been.
is Bristol Day, and so the plan was to hit the road probably around 9 a.m. and drive to... So the problem with this is trying to pronounce all the French town names. So I think it's Calais.
Calais.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pretty
So
positive.
we're gonna go with Calais, where the channel is. So that the channel is, I think it's called the channel is like the slang term for it, or the
Eurotunnel.
unofficial term. Yeah. So it's a tunnel dug underneath the channel from France to the UK. That is a train system that you drive your car on, and the train takes you underneath the water to the UK. So I'd booked the tickets for this in advance. It was not cheap for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because we had a van. The idea is to get there an hour early to go through, because we're going from France to the UK, so we have to get our carnets signed and stamped. So we get there, we pull into the first checkpoint where we show our ticket. Nice lady is there. Sean is driving, and the lady asks, how many are in your van? And of course, Sean being Sean says, it's just a van full of smelly boys, which, maybe not something you want to say at a border crossing for obvious reasons, but he and I are dying because I love that type of humor, and it's perfect, and it's hilarious when you think about it. Anyway, she lets us through, thankfully, and so we're through for the first checkpoint, and we stop at the visitor center, which is where the customs office is. So I've got the U.S. carnet, Tim's got the Belgian carnet, and we go in, and it's 2 French officers running the place, and I know a lot of French people that I like, and there are most people who work at the French government, whether it's an airport or a customs office, that they're not going to speak English to you, and so I'm lost. I don't know what to do because they're only going to speak French to you, which is fine. Thankfully, Tim speaks French, so another asset to have.
Yeah.
So I hand in my carnet, they look at it, and they sign and stamp it. Great. Tim hands the Belgian one over, and the guy looks at it and hesitates and then says something in French to Tim, and I don't know what's going on, but I just see Tim's face just change. Like he went from okay to this is not good. And so he tells me, it's like, well, the Belgian one isn't signed and stamped from the point of issue properly, which it's like, well, how do you issue a carnet and not sign and stamp it in that office? Like, why didn't the Belgian government do it the right way? It's not Tim's fault because Tim doesn't know what he's doing either. I mean, he's just like, I need a carnet for this.
Mhm.
You assume that they're all going
it's
to
done
issue
right.
it the right way. So
They know what they're doing.
wrong, no stamp, no signature, and so we can't cross. Like, we're stuck. We can't go to the UK. And looking at the schedule, it's like, well, we have, 5 hours to get to Bristol to, hit some sites along the way, get there early enough to check Bristol out before we got to load in and do, just enjoy ourselves. It's like, all right, wait, we have like a 3-hour cushion, maybe. So it's like, okay, well, where can we go to get this Belgian stamp? We're in France. France is right next to Belgium, so hopefully there's something on the border that's close, and nope. We're told Brussels, which is 2.5 hours away, I think. And so it's like, well, we don't have a choice. We got to go. So we all pile back in the van. So we got to book it to Brussels. And thankfully, like, Tim handled it so professionally. Like, he didn't freak out. He didn't lose it. And everybody was really calm about the whole situation, which was, I don't know. It was a fun experience. It sucked, but it was also fun just to see how everybody handle it.
Right.
But totally handle it appropriately. It's like, well, this is what we got to do. So thankfully, we only had to go back as far as Ghent, which is still 2 hours.
Called like 14, 15 different people to try to find somebody in Ghent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get to Ghent. We get it signed and stamped. Just a couple things of ink on a piece of paper. Drive all the way back. So we've lost almost 4 hours at this point. We go back to the French customs. They sign and stamp the carnets. We're good to go. So we get back in the van, and we got to go through this whole rigmarole of, I don't even know what you would call it. Just like you have to leave France, and so they got to take out all our personal passports and stamp those. And then you drive literally 50 feet. And then here's the UK customs. You got to get your passports out, and they got to sign and stamp all that stuff. And it's like, wow, you can't be in the same building and just do this all together? Like, okay.
No way.
So we get that done, and then we got to drive the van up to this thing where they're going to like roll the van through and check for explosives because it's a big van. So we got to get out again and roll it through there, and they check for explosives. It's like,
Glad we left him home.
get that done. And then it's another checkpoint where we got to like prove that we're a band and that we're going into the UK to play shows. And thankfully the Dennis Celestial Birds guys were really good at giving us what we needed to like be prepared for all these things, which we ended up being prepared enough to like get through. But finally get on the stupid train and go under the channel thinking, okay, good. We're on our way.
Just drive right out.
Yeah, yep. Which we do. We get out on the other side and we can drive right out. There's nothing.
right,
Nobody stopped us.
right.
There's nobody
Yeah.
there. Everybody's gone. It was super weird.
Yeah.
I guess we were like the last ones on the train. So last one's on, last one's
We
off.
were, yeah.
Yeah. So then it's like, okay, now what do? We're coming into the new country. We got to get our carnet signed and stamped. We find the place we're supposed to go, and it's just a bunch of semis, like big semi trucks.
Huge truck stop.
Commercial goods. Like, it makes sense. Like, they're importing and exporting commercial goods. Of course, there needs to be a system to, but we're a band, no-name band, with a couple amps and some drums, but we got to do the whole same thing. So we pull in there. It's this whole rigmarole of go here, and then talk to these people, and then wait. Tim and I go in and to get the carnets signed and stamped for the UK import, and this two Russian ladies are running the place, and it was such a bizarre, I can't even remember what it was, but they were like joking with us in a very serious way, and like we're saying we're in a band, and they said, well, you need to get your gear out and play for us to prove that, and I'm like, couldn't tell if they were joking. It was so weird.
And they might have been prostitutes or former prostitutes.
Tim thought they maybe had been former, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
They got off the pole.
Yeah.
they yeah, super crazy experience. Finally signed and stamped. They give us the carnets back, and then they hand us a red card, and they say, show this on your way out. And I'm thinking, wait, a red card? That seems bad. Like a green card? Like, no, it's red. Like, just go and you'll find out. Like, just go and you'll find out was the thing they said. And so I'm like, oh, crap. So we go out with our red card, and they usher us out, and we're on our way. So that's done. Now we've got, 3-hour drive to Bristol, and it's 6 p.m.
Yeah.
and load-ins at 4 p.m. Sound checks at 5, doors at 7, and our set time is 9:15. So it's like, all right, we're gonna get there right on time.
We're meeting Joseph there, and he's already there
Right,
doing like
right.
gear setup and making sure.
Yeah, then they said there's a house kit. Are you cool with that?
And Mark said, yes, I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love house kits.
An enthusiastic emoji. We all got on the same WhatsApp app finally, so we could all talk to each other.
That was huge.
Let the memes commence.
Yeah, so obviously we're way behind schedule. We have to skip all our stops. Stonehenge is off. Can't see that. And it's just book it to Bristol. We get to Bristol at 9. We roll in, unload. Dennis Celestial Birds is playing. They're just finishing up. They're done. We load on the stage.
And then I'm trying to set up merch. I realize I haven't converted all the merch to pounds
Right.
or shillings or whatever they had there, and I had to
Quid.
try to do the conversion. Yeah, the quids. And then I'm going up on stage asking CJ about the details.
Oh, yeah.
Of the Shopify app as he's sound checking. Just like, well, we got to sell more. People want merch. People are demanding merch. It's like, it was very high stress.
Totally.
Just pounding beers. Like, hey, would you like to try our local? Like, yes, do.
Yeah, and we somehow get through the set. And it was definitely not our best set.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad, and I liked it because it was the first show with new members of the band in a place we've never been, and we didn't have time to get nervous.
No, that was the benefit
Right.
of it.
There
we
was
just
no
did-
time.
Yeah.
No time to sit around and think about like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I hope this goes well, or blah, all the other stuff. Just get on, get it. I had to tune the drums, and then when I was ready, I remember I put my ears in, and you were looking at me and like, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And then we just banged it out, and it went well. I thought. I mean, it was not our best
No.
set, but it went well, and the people that were there
And
to
there
see
were
us
people
were
there.
happy.
Yeah, that there were lots of people there. And
Yeah.
it's I remember thinking mid-set how crazy from finishing recording and putting 33 out and like, okay, that one's done, to being in Bristol, going through everything we went through that day of back and forth driving and wasting time and trying to figure out how to do things the right way, and then playing a show in front of a bunch of people who live in Bristol that I've never met in my life, never seen in my life, like,
Yeah.
for the most part. I mean, it's just like, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, we finished the set, sold a ton of merch, went well, load out. Didn't even get a chance to check Bristol out, which was a bummer.
Yeah, I didn't even really get to check out Rough Trade, which is where we were playing. I
Right.
was all excited to be at that,
Yeah.
venue and
Right.
the record store next door. But-
Yeah. So get in the van and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to drive to Bath, which is where I had reserved a hotel.
Oh, right.
Hotel.
Hotel with an S. It's pronounced
Hotels?
Hostel. Yeah. So we had accommodations at the YMCA hostel in Bath, which, first of all, when I was trying to book a place in Bristol, it was all booked out. I couldn't find anything that was within our price range. So I went to Bath and it's like, all right, the YMCA hostel is right up Mark's alley. If there's anybody who likes a good hostel, it's Mark. It's all about the community shower.
Yeah, big fan.
So I checked the booking and it says somewhere on there that check-in ends at 10 p.m.
Oh,
And I
right.
just like,
Right.
oh no, today is not over. So I'm calling the hostel just to try to see. No answer. It keeps sending me to some guy's voicemail and it doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, well, crap. There's another hotel just down the street, but it's 4 times what we were paying for the hostel. It's like, well, we'll go and check it out in Bath and see what happens. Drive to Bath, get out, and I go into the hostel, and there's a guy sitting at the front desk and another super weird interaction with a British person. I was just like, well, I've got 2 rooms booked. I know we're late. I'm hoping that the booking is still there. I'm hoping that they didn't. It's like, well, you weren't here at 10 p.m. You lost it. Somebody else got the room. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of laying all out the possible, this could go very badly for us to the guy. And he's looking at me and shaking his head, like giving me this vibe of like, you're too late. And he smiles and is like, no, you're good. Thank you. It was, yeah. So got the rooms, gave you guys keys. That was day 2.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to the Range's Patreon to hear more episodes.